See, I
On
trust me.
Finale
Trust
Day?
me.
Just a little one though. Okay, I'll mute my mic.
Trust me. Trust. Oh.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. My thing randomly said poor connection right when I said I was gonna start
Yeah.
recording, but here we go. Okay, so it has been randomized. We will now do their pleas. The first person to give their plea will be Bella. Bella, the floor is yours.
What the heck?
Opening
I hate going
statement.
first. Okay, do I just start?
Yes.
Okay, so hey guys, it's me, Bella. So coming into this game, I never really thought like I would actually make it this far to plead my case to the end. And I know I'm going in against like someone who also played a really good game, but I also think I played a really good game. So I hope you guys hear me out. For a good portion of this game, I thought like loyalty was my best option, but after Viva and Emily had left, which were two of my strongest allies, I decided my mentality was to try and beat my competition before my competition had the chance to beat me. So, yeah. So I played my social cards to my extreme, you know how it be, and I was able to achieve to get to the end of the game with my name being thrown out multiple times during Tribal when I was the other name that was going to leave. During Merge, I casted a vote at every single tribal council besides Angels, unlike Matt, who had the opportunity to hide behind a twist during this season. And also, Survivor is a numbers game, meaning every time you go to tribal, your vote matters. Some jurors have voted more times during this merge portion of the game than Matt has all merge. So that's what I wanted to start out by saying. I love you, Matt. And you guys all played an opportunity in helping me get here, and I can't wait to hear your questions.
All right, Matt, you can now do your opening statement. Time starts now.
Okay, so hi guys. It was fun playing with you guys all season. I think overall I played a really well-rounded game. I definitely had a physical game towards the end. I pulled out some really clutch immunities. I won 5 in general. Pre-merge, I think Bella's forgetting that I probably voted throughout the whole game more than she voted throughout the whole game because I went to almost every pre-merge tribal. And I was able to use those social skills to keep myself safe. And I also had a strategical gameplay managing to have my own part in pulling off some major blindsides, such as Dalton's, Colby's, Trey's. I mean, obviously it has a group effort, but I definitely played my part. I had a really good time getting to know a lot of people, making a lot of friends, because at the end of the day, that's also what this game is about. And yeah, I'm just excited to answer your questions moving forward.
All right, guys. So we will now get to the jury questioning. The first person up would be Jack, but I don't believe Jack has. I'm going to check really quick and see if he sent in a question. I don't think that he has. And he hasn't. Meaning now we will give the floor to Emily, but Emily also has not submitted a question. Meaning let's go to Viva.
Hello, well, I guess, hi guys. Congrats on making, Time Travel Council. I guess my only real question, is, I know you kind of like already mentioned it, but what moves did you make that were solely yours and not someone else's?
All right, whoever wants to go first. I think that was for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll take the floor. So I think it's really hard to answer that question because at the end of the day, you need other people to vote. So you can't necessarily say any move is your own. But I think a move that I had a big part in, something that really changed the way I played the game, or at least changed my threat level, was the Justin vote going home, because that was actually something I did not want to do, but I made sure I made the move of not playing dictator, making sure the people in my alliance knew I did want to be loyal to them. I wasn't going to push my own agenda because I wanted to do something. So I said, hey, let me side with my alliance. Whereas if I was like, no, we're doing winter, I think going down the line, that could have hurt my game so much. But because I was loyal to my alliance, that opened the door for me to join other alliances and have people trust me further down the road. And that one vote really helped shape my game going forward. So that's what I would say.
All right, and Bella?
What like Matt said, like, like going in like during like the specific blindsides in the season, like Dalton, Trey, and Emma, which were like 3 of the biggest threats in the competition. I don't want to sit here and say I can take credit for that, because like it was a group effort to have everyone in on a plan to fool the person who was going home. And so, but for the alliance of me, Griffin, and Connor and Matt, I personally feel like they can like drag me for this or whatever, but like I feel like I kind of started the alliance by getting Connor on that night on the Discord. Connor, I can see your face right now. Boy, bye. Anywho, what is it? Okay. Where was I? Because I wanted to strengthen my connection with Connor because I eventually had targets in this game. Like I wanted to get out with Emma, and I knew Emma and Connor were safe because in the other different chat, Emma had stated that Connor would vote with us for certain votes. So my goal right now is to get Connor there and trust me and Matt more than he did Emma, which then excluded into our our 3 blind sides of the season. And yeah, so I don't want to take credit for any moves solely, but.
All right. Thank you, Bella, and thank you, Viva. We will now go to Angel.
And Matt, what the hell?
Yeah, but you answered earlier. Thanks, Matt.
Oh, did you say thank Matt after?
Okay.
Yeah.
This is for Matt specifically. Listen.
I didn't say anything.
You are an unemployed, uneducated leech on society. And the only thing I'm supposed to give you is a handful of antidepressants so that no one else has to be subjected to your constant crying anymore. And maybe if you got some, then it would seem a little more sincere when you are crying about
your fucking dogs. Anyways. That's it.
All right. And you didn't have anything for Bella? That was just for Matt, right?
Yeah, that was for Matt.
All right. Thank you, Angel. Okay. Noor would be next, but I believe Noor has not. Let me see. I'm generally too tired to join, by the way. Okay. So yeah, Noor does not have a question. Dalton actually did submit a question. Wait, hold on. I was looking at his confessional. Actually, Trey is next.
North typing.
Okay. Let me see.
Sorry. I had to
You're good.
interrupt because I see her
You're good.
typing in the Skype chat. I don't know if it is for this, but
yeah.
I'm just,
If she does type a question,
You're wearing.
if she does type a question, we can come back to it. For now, let's go to Trey. Trey? Is Trey here?
Yeah,
He
he's
was
on
here.
mute.
He was
I'm
here a
here,
second
I'm
ago.
here.
Oh.
So, how many questions am I asked? Well, I'm asked one question.
You can ask
or...
one to each, or you can make a statement if you would like.
I'm just gonna do all 3. Okay, so
Okay.
so my statement is, I know there's been a lot of drama this season, but I don't want any of the jurors to be bitter. I want them to put all their ill will feelings aside, just for the sole purpose of this was an amazing season. I feel like this season deserves a amazing winner and a deserving winner. So I want you guys to listen to what everybody's saying and or what the finalists are saying, and just vote based on who you feel played the best game, not who you like more. Moving on from that point, Bella, I wasn't really closely aligned with you in this game, so I couldn't and I feel like a lot of the other jurors feel this way too. You didn't go to the tribal council pre-merge, so a lot of people weren't able to see your gameplay early on. So could you specifically explain in the merge portion of the game what did you exactly do, as in moves to get you further, like starting at the merge point? So could you explain that so the rest of the jury could actually know something that you did, because we were kind of confused on we know you played the game, but we just don't know what exactly did you do.
Okay, so well, in merge, I did come in knowing that I did not go with the tribal whatever it was during pre-merge, and I made sure that a lot of people knew that I was against my original tribe and not wanting to work with Noor and Angel, which I specifically talked to previous people during the pre-merge of how I would be willing to get them out during the whole game. It wasn't that I had the opportunity to show my loyalty or stuff during pre-merge, but I did try to connect and further myself in the game in case I did have something by especially I feel like Emma was one of my strongest allies throughout the game for a good portion, and she knows that she was my number one because I did repeatedly tell her that, and we informed each other on a lot of things, at least I did, and I think she informed me on a lot of stuff too. So during the merge, I tried to use my social connections to my advantage and getting to know more people. And even when I did screw up, I was able to regain the trust of certain people. Like when I had a brain meltdown and completely ruined Griffin's game to Angel, I was able to regain the trust of Griffin and then make myself here. But like, yeah.
All right.
As for my question is, me and Viva are the are two of the members of Sobek Angels. You are the last member standing. Woo for our alliance.
Period.
But what I want you to explain to the jury is, how did your whole game come about, starting with the Sobek Angels, and after me and Viva left, how did you play the game yourself, except for winning, just by winning immunities? Like, what else did you do besides winning immunities after me and Viva left? And what did you do when me and Viva was in the game and Sobek Angels were a thing?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to talk really fast because that's a lot to put in 2 minutes. But okay. So starting off, I had an alliance with Will, Dalton, Trey. We were Gang Shit 2020. And we were running the first few tribals. Basically, we had majority. I was going to vote Viva out the first tribal, actually. I was not with her. But moving forward, Viva definitely earned my trust. We made Sobek's Angels because us three wanted to flip on Will and get him out. Going forward, you guys were my number ones. I wanted to go to the end with you. Every swap, me and Viva, when we were separated from you, we made sure we would stay safe. In that swap, we had an alliance with Colby, and then Bella was also brought in to blindside Angel if we lost, and we were set. Then we reunited the next tribal, us three. Next swap, us three were super tight. We're able to control every single vote, basically, that happened at the second swap. Going into merge, you guys were my number ones, but there was definitely tension, and it was really hard to try and balance you and Viva's relationship because Viva did kind of want to turn on you, but at the same time, I knew she kind of wouldn't if I didn't want her to, or at least I could try and talk to her. But it all changed in the instant tribal when you thought she voted you out, even though I said she didn't. You flipped on her, and then from there on, I was like, I cannot stick with Trey anymore. He definitely is playing this game way too well. He also wants to work with my enemies. So I had to swap. I had to make connections with people I did not have connections with before. Had to make stronger connections with Emma, made connections with Griffin and Connor, and also started talking to Dalton again and regained a relationship that was kind of gone. And then even when I had immunities going forward, I was able to blindside you because I was the only person that knew about your Tiki being fake. So I told everyone, got you out. Won those immunities, and even though I won the immunities and was safe and couldn't vote, I still knew people wanted to still get me to give up my necklace and blindside me because I had good social connections with the rest of the tribe. And I was able to go all the way to the end. I think the only immunity I really, 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 really had to win was Final 3 and Final 4. That's it.
All right. And Trey, is that it, or are you good, or?
I'm content with that answer.
All right. Thank you, Trey. And up next is Dalton. Dalton is not here, but he did send me some questions. His question for Matt is, what was the proudest move you made this season?
Okay, again, it's kind of hard to take credit for an individual move, but a move that I was a part of that I was very proud of working was obviously getting Dalton himself out, because we had a really rocky relationship going into merge. We had blindsided Will on our first, like the original tribe, so I wasn't sure where we stood, but I was able to reconnect with him. We had a plan to get out in this order: Nor, Trey, Griffin, then Angel. But I knew he would turn on me because he didn't want me in the end. And there was a tribal that was going to happen, the one where he went home. He had told me earlier he had an idol, because I don't really know why he told me that, but I was able to make sure everyone knew about that. And there was a specific plan where we all had to act like that you guys were doing me and I was doing Griffin, so Dalton would not play his idol. And the fact that all of us, but including me, was able to put on this act to make sure he didn't play the idol. I didn't lash out, even though I knew I was the one going home if he played it, was really important. And getting him out, I had a big part in. So I'm happy with that move.
All right. Thank you, Matt. And Dalton's question for you, Bella, is, it seems you try to play low and undercover. What move did you make that helps you get to the end or paved your path to the end?
I mean, same thing with Matt saying, like, I don't feel like I can take credit for one move, and I feel like this is, like, a thing that's going to be repeated, like, throughout the thing, because, like, I do think majority of, like, the votes during the Merge Tribal Council had people in on plans that needed to be, and if one person had messed up on that plan, our plan could have completely changed, like, so I don't want to say there was, like, one, wait, can you repeat the question, because now I forget it.
You're good. You're good. You really didn't start answering it yet, so
Yeah.
your time will start. Okay. It seems you try to play low and undercover. What move did you make that helped you get to the end or paved your path to the end?
I mean, I'm just gonna bring it back to my social abilities. To gain trust with people, you know, especially during the tribal where it was me and Matt versus the Tefnut people. Connor was willing to keep me over a Tefnutter when Ashley specifically and Griffin, I'm pretty sure, wanted to say Tefnut strong. And, you know, I know that Connor probably thought like it was better for his game, you know, because a lot of people like underlook my game because it is typically more social. And I do typically play a loyal game, but this season I was willing to backstab anyone, even Matt, and he knows that.
All right.
Even though I didn't. Sorry.
All right. Thank you. And now we will go on to Emma.
Okay, congratulations to the final two. You both worked very hard to get to this point, and I'm very proud of both of you, even though you both blindsided me. But my question is just to gain some perspective on your game with each other. I want to ask both of you why you believe your fellow finalists should win the game.
Do you want to start or do you want me? Oh, are you going?
I'll start.
Okay.
Okay, so I definitely think something that's underrated about Bella is that just because she's a social player doesn't mean she only just talks around. She's kind of like Trey, is really able to see things that are going on, see who's talking to who, and know how close people are, which is something that a lot of people can't say they understand. And she also knows when she has to do certain things. Like, she did want to cut me, and she let me know eventually. She was like, yeah, like, it's gone through my mind. The only problem is I was winning the immunities at like the last two tribals, so there really wasn't an opportunity. But like, she knew what she had to do. She wanted to do what she wanted to do. And then I also think pre-merge, even though she was winning immunities and all the tribes that was winning, she was able to have connections in case that she was gonna lose. So it wasn't like she was just sitting around doing nothing. And I think that also was overlooked about her game. So I think we both deserve to win, either one of us.
All right, Bella.
Okay. So I have been hyping up Matt all season. You know, I'd be like, hey, like, you're the winner. You're the winner. You know? And so I do genuinely believe that Matt deserves to win this game. He has played an outstanding game, and he also was able to gain information like very easily. Like, you know, like especially like with telling Trey, it's just on other people's bad social awareness on where they are in the game. No offense. I guess that was bad to say, but oh well, I said it. Because he knew about the Dalton, Noor, and Angel and Trey alliance. He knew about Dalton's idol, even though he didn't keep it a secret, and Dalton ended up telling people anyways. He knew who he had to take out to further himself in the game, and he knew who his best shot to sit with at the end was to win, because jury hated people equally. And don't like discredit his pre-merge game either, because he did slay on his tribe, controlling multiple votes, and I'm glad to be sitting in the end with him. And we were not working together the whole game. That's all. I wanted to add that in there.
All right.
We really weren't. We really weren't.
Oh, and he was a physical beast. I forgot about that.
All right. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Bella. Next up is Ashley. Ashley has notified me that she does not have any questions, and she has already voted. And now we will go to Griffin.
All right, so I have one question, and it's for Bella. You said earlier that you're the one that reeled in Connor and I to start that 4 with Matt. You tell me more about why you think you're the one that started that.
I don't want to say like I was fully on, like, you know what I mean? Because you, me, and Matt did make that final 3, and me and Matt had talked about how we would need Connor and moving on and votes going on to this game. And that night in the chat, everyone had literally ignored Connor when he was like, hey, let's get on Discord. So I was like, Matt, you idiot. We're playing Wizard 101 and we're not going to play the game right now. And so I messaged Connor and all. And that was really like the start of me and Connor's connection. And so, what's it called? Wait, hold on. I lose my train of thought really easily. Sorry, guys. And then, so I got on Discord with Connor, and I told Matt, come on in 10 minutes. And when Matt came on, we strategized a little more and then suggested the foursome alliance, and that's how it started, I think, from what I remember. Sorry.
All right, thanks. That's all the questions I have. I don't have one for Matt.
All right. Thank you. And we will now go to the last juror.
Oh yeah,
Connor.
you did. Sorry, not Griffith cut.
Hey guys, all right, let me put on my glasses real quick. Okay, first things first. There we go. All right, so I've got a little bit of a statement for the both of you. All right, I'll go ahead and start with Bella. Bella, you are an unemployed, uneducated queen in society, and the only thing I would vote to give you is a handful of the best things in life. Yeah, no, like I really enjoyed playing this game for you. Like, not for you. Fuck. No, I play my own game. I enjoyed playing this game
You
with
hear that,
you.
Jerry? He played for
Shut,
me.
shut,
He played
shut
for
up.
me.
No, but I think you've become a really great friend of mine, and like I will always be by your side. Like if anything ever goes wrong, and that's why I want to be by your side again in the placement rankings. All right, and then as for the other six of you, Matt, Fat, Dat, Cat, Eat, and Bat. Wow, like I love the showmance that we had. And I love, well, even though it was my showmance number 3, but you played a really great game, and like I congratulate you on your final few wins. But I do want to tell you that you are in danger tonight, and so I did bring you this hidden immunity idol. It will nullify any votes cast against you.
Oh my god.
So
oh my
yeah.
god. Thank you.
But
Thank
a
you so
question
much.
for both of you is that you both know me really well, and you've gotten to know me really well at the merge, and how I really love to make social connections with people about how this game goes beyond the game in a way, with these connections that we've made. So I want you both to talk about anything that you've learned about yourself or anything that you found out about yourself as you've played this game for the 32 days that we've been here.
Found out about like ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I think playing this game, I definitely realize I'm a lot smarter in terms of game than I thought I'd have in mind. That if I really need to, I can push myself to do things like the word puzzle. I thought there was like the Final Four immunity. I was like, there's no way I'm winning this because anyone from Old Sobeck, y'all know that word puzzle, we could not do it. No one was getting it. We were losing. And I said that going, I was like, there's no way I'm going to win this. But I guess when I'm put under pressure, I really can do good things, which is surprising because I'm definitely a very anxious person and I crumble under pressure, but maybe I don't crumble under pressure. So I guess that's something I learned. When I really need to win things or do things, I can pull them out.
Bella.
Okay, I wasn't sure if he was done. So like typically in games, like I feel like I usually let my like emotions control a lot of my decisions. So like I feel like in this game, like I didn't like let my emotions control a lot of my decisions and focus on what was better for my game and to get me into this final spot in the end, even if like I don't win, like I'm still proud of myself for getting to the final spot. And because typically like I look out for others more than like I look out for myself, and I feel like in this game I learned to look out for myself and my own gameplay instead of looking out for others and making sure that not only I'm okay but they're okay, and focus more on keeping myself okay, even though I doubt myself a lot.
All right. Thank you both. Best of luck.
All right. Emily.
Love you, Connor. You're amazing.
Love you,
Emily.
Connor.
Hi.
Well, welcome, Emily. All the other jurors just asked their questions. You came right in time. If you have anything you'd like to ask either Matt or Bella.
I'm so sorry. I took a nap.
You're okay.
Anyways, hi jurors. Hi final 2. Okay, so I thought of these questions yesterday. I don't know how the other jury members were, but I'm just gonna be nice and simple with my questions. Good luck, you both. So, Matt, my question for you is, before my vote off, you seem like you were very nonchalantly. You didn't really want to play too much. You were like, "Oh, I'm okay if I go home," and stuff like that. And then after my vote off, you got really into the game and you were like winning week after week and you were really pushing, and I heard you made a lot of moves. So my question is, were you using that strategy saying you didn't want to stay, or were you just not heading the game yet?
I think it was partially strategy. I think also maybe the words just came out wrong because like certain things I meant when I would say I don't care was like what I meant with most of those things that I would say like, oh, I don't care if I go home is if I'm voting for someone who I know has like who has an idol. I'm like what I meant was like I'm willing to risk it. I'm not scared to make that move. And if I go home because they end up playing this idol, like so be it. That's how the game works, and I'm not gonna be crushed about it. I'm not gonna like die. But I definitely did always care. I mean, pre-merge, everyone on my pre-merge tribes knows how anxious I'd get before tribals and how much I'd be like, oh my god, I really don't want to go home. But more so, I was just like, if I do go home, it's not the end of the world. And then after you got voted off, I think I had to really try just like 20,000 times harder to make sure I knew where everyone stood because you and Viva both went the same tribal council, and Viva was my number one, Trey was my number two, and you were my number three. So it was like, oh my god, two of my biggest allies went home. I definitely felt like I could be on the bottom. I had to rebuild relationships. So I think it was more active, aggressive gameplay that showed after that. But I definitely did care the whole time through.
Mm-hmm. Trey's
All right.
face is
I
funny.
wasn't number one.
Okay, am I allowed to answer that or no?
You can answer it really quick.
Okay. You were my number one in the first tribe, but then when we swapped and I was just alone with Viva, we talked a lot. And I wanted to do that with both of you, but she definitely took the spot a little bit. But yeah, you guys were like my number one, number two.
Did
She took
Drew
the number
not
one
ask
spot.
that
So
question?
you were kind of batshit crazy at
Wait.
times.
Wait, hold on. I thought Drew just asked the question, like jokingly saying, like, "Was I your number one?" Was that Trey?
No, that was Trey.
That was Trey.
I literally thought it was Drew. That's why I was like, "Why did you ask that?"
No.
No
And
wonder
Emily, if
Matt's
you had
in
a
the final
question,
two. Okay,
if
yes,
you had a question for
Bella,
Bella.
are you ready, my sparkle sister?
Oh my god, yes, my glitter queen.
Okay, so my thing with Bella is I'm very much shocked and surprised you are in the final two just because like your rep in this fandom makes you like a huge target and people are always like, oh my gosh, we need Bella out early, and like you somehow made it towards the end. So good job on that. My question for
Thanks.
you is out of everybody who's in the jury that you helped get out, or let's just open it to everybody in the jury, who benefited you the most that they went home?
Who
in your
benefited me the
game?
most in leaving?
Yes. So out of all the jury members,
Oh my
who
gosh.
leaving benefited your game the most?
It's definitely not you and Viva because you already know I cried about that.
That was really
Who did
sad.
it in like a positive way?
Sorry, that just made me laugh. Benefited me leaving. Honestly, like I think it was Trey because Trey, first of all, I hate the way Trey plays because Trey is so good and he is an alpha dog in games and he already knows that he's such an alpha dog and he already knows what I'm gonna say about him. But if he's on and catches whip of a plan, he is easy to maneuver it and like change it into something else. And I was like, shit, like, you know, if he found out like about that blind side, like I know like my game could have been in trouble like after that. Because especially from the past tribals, I had people telling me, like, oh yeah, Trey's messaging me about my tribal, like my tribe going to tribal council, and I was like, Trey's not messaging me, so I knew Trey was already planning a target on my back beforehand. So going into that, he was also a person I wanted out, not only because he was playing a great game, but because he was putting a target on my back. Shame on you, Trey.
Me thinking I made both of y'all lose Trey's. Okay, that's all. Thank
I love you, Trey.
All right, thank you,
You
Emily.
don't love me, Bella?
Emily, you know I love you. You're a sparkle princess. Queen.
All right, guys. Thank you, jury, for asking your questions. Finalists, it is now time to give your final plea. I put you guys back into a randomizer. This time, Matt, you are up first.
Okay, one sec.
You're good.
Okay, so going into this game, I felt like I might have a target on my back because, well, first of all, the Z people were already grouped together. I came in wanting to play with people I didn't know, So we had the alliance with Dalton, Will, Trey, and myself basically right away. And us four definitely controlled the first vote, especially with Diva jumping in and helping us. And we were able to pull off a blindside and blindside Jeff, who was really close with Joe. Going forward, I knew I had Joe in my pocket. The only person on that tribe I did not trust was Alex. And who went home the next tribal? Alex. But she also was inactive, so like kind of did it to herself. We lost again, of course. And me, Viva, and Trey got close during that because we're all like, frick, Will lost that challenge for us. Let's get him out. So we did, blindsiding Dalton. And going to the next tribal, we knew Joe would not stick with us if we swapped because he basically, like, we voted out all his allies. So we decided to blindside him that tribal. Going into swap, I was nervous because it was 2 Sobek, 4 Bastet. Bastet seemed super strong together, but there were cracks. And Viva definitely helped find those cracks because Colby came to me and her proposing me, her, him, and Bella work together to blindside Angel. So I was like, you know what? Even if we lose, we're good to get out Angel. I'll be safe. I was set on that tribe. We never lost. Swap again. Me, Trey, and Viva were reunited. I was like, oh my God, that's 2 votes I know I have on my side. And then we got really close with Emma, but we also were like, ooh, do we trust her? Do we not trust her? Is she gonna be Bastet? Is what's going on? And we were able to get Colby to use the idol on the wrong person, which I credit Viva a lot. Our alliance Slade. She really got him to use the idol on Winter, and we got him sent home, which was really important because he was crazy. And then the next 2 vote offs, Justin and Winter, were easy. Basically, me, Viva, Trey, Emily, and Emma got together. We were Gucci. And then merge hit, and I was like, oh, this is kind of crazy because now people in the comments, the audience, DMing people, get out Trey, and Matt's close to Trey, and you need to get him out, blah, 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 blah. And then the first tribe was coming around, and I think it was extremely important that I was willing to be the vote. I knew the other side was voting for me, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this bullet. If Nora uses an idol and I go home, so be it. But she used an idol. Trey got Emily to use an idol on me, which is all credit to Trey for doing that. But at the same time, if I had no connection to Emily, there's no way she would use the idol. So I definitely had social connections that did still keep me, even though Trey definitely got her to use idol on me. Jack went home, who was targeting me for some reason. And then going forward, the next trial was a mess. And this is when things really broke apart for my game. I had a solid game, was feeling confident. And then Trey did not want to go with the rest of our group to vote out Angel. That vote tied, and Trey said, screw y'all, you're going to rocks. And Emily got rocked out, and I was like, fuck. And then it was an instant. I was like, easy peasy, let's vote out Nora. That did not work. Trey also flipped again, voted out Viva. 2 of my top 3 peeps out the door. I was like, I need to switch up my game now. So I was like, Trey definitely needs to go soon. But he still trusted me, which I did a good job at making him think I still trust him 100%. And, you know, then we had the auction. Me and Bella were feeling really low, and this is when me and Bella started working together. We were like in alliances together, but we did not work one-on-one together before that tribal. The auction happened. She bet on that tribe split. That tribe split happened, and that immunity was between me and Noor. If I lost that immunity, I could have easily been the one going home. But I pulled out that win with the plank. Noor was the person to go home, and that helped my game so much because, well, she was definitely not aligned with me. And Angel went home on the other tribe, which I knew was going to happen because I had now recreated a connection with Dalton. He told me his whole plan. I knew he had the idol. Going to the next tribe, I was like, Trey needs to go. I know his Tiki's fake. This can really set me up going forward. I got closer to Connor and Griffin, and Trey lost immunity. People were panicking. They were still like, oh my God, he's Tiki. And I was just like, it's not real. And then that made people secure in voting him, got him out, secured more of like my final 4 with Connor and Griffin. We pretty much led the next few blindsides with, of course, Emma definitely helped a lot with that. But after the Dalton blindside, we knew Emma, middle player, biggest threat to win right now. She has played a bomb game. She needs to go. I want immunity, and she wanted me to give up my necklace to blindside me. But because I had social connections with people, I knew I could not do that because they informed me. You know, Connor and Bella mainly, but Griffin also did help with that too. I said, okay, I'm gonna keep this. Let her think I'm giving it up. So she's shocked. She goes home, and then I was like, okay, it's gonna be rough because I know Ashley wants me out. Griffin is definitely the least secure of our final 4. And I won the necklace again, and they tried to pull the same ish. Griffin wanted me to give up my necklace, but thankfully I had Connor and Bella, let me know that idol he's giving you it's not real. He wants to get out the necklace. He wants you out. Exactly, Connor. And so I was like, cool, I'm gonna keep this. So even though I did not vote and I did win immunities, I still had these social connections that were keeping me safe, letting me know, don't take these risks because you're gonna go home. So I didn't have to give up necklace. We had a whole plan, me, Connor, and Bella. Obviously, I couldn't vote, but I knew they were gonna vote Ashley. I had to play along, make Griffin feel uncomfortable, so he'd use his idol on himself and not on Ashley. Bella won fire making. I was like, this is perfect. This final four. The only thing that can happen is Griffin cannot win. I pulled out the next immunity win. I was like, our final three of me, Connor, and Bella is set. We're gold. Final three. Love it. Griffin goes home. It's not a final three no more. It's the final two. And I was like, I know both these people are going to vote me out. I need to win immunity. And it was trivia. Oki didn't really know all those answers, but he could clue in the rest of the answers after one. And I pulled up that immunity win. Connor was the biggest threat to win this game. I hope you guys would have voted for him if he was in the end because he would have deserved it. And I said, this kid needs to go. So if I want to win. So basically voted him out. And that's how I'm here now. I had a social game. Pre-merge kept me safe every tribal I went to. I had a physical game. Broke the record for most individual competition wins. And I had a strategic game of, acting my part in decisions to blindside people, making sure they felt secure, making sure I played my part. Even if I was safe, I still had to act like I was in on some sort of plan that wasn't actually the plan. I only got 2 votes that counted towards me this whole entire game, even though my name has been dragged through the mud since day one. And I definitely think I should win, but I'm also definitely consider Bella's plea too because she played a bomb game as well. And I had a really great time. This game was extremely stressful. I'm ready for my face to clear up because I won't be stressed anymore. And yeah, that's it.
All right,
Oh my
thank you,
God,
Matt.
Ricky's about to reveal. I'm gonna cry.
Good luck. Bella, Matt actually went for 7 minutes and we're good on time, so I decided to not cut him off. So Bella, you have 7 minutes as well. Your time starts now. You don't have to use all 7 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, I know I don't have to use minutes, but you know how it be.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is my final thingy, whatever, you know how it be. So coming into this game, like I guess I'm gonna re-incite whatever, like going through not week by week, but whatever. Originally being picked on the Bastet tribe, I knew I was in a bad position, but even though it seemed like I was inactive or I wasn't doing much for my tribe, I still tried creating social connections throughout the whole pre-merge and trying to better myself for when or if I did get to merge tribe by making sure that certain people knew where my clear target was on merge if we not merge during pre-merge if we did end up going to a tribal council. Although I couldn't prove my trust to them at that time, I got the opportunity to prove my trust to some of them during the merge portion of the game, and I lost a really big ally during my pre-merge who was Colby because he would tell me a lot of information and I knew he would be my number one. So I was really upset about that going in. And once I saw Emma in the merge, I knew I had trust in her and I really wanted to work with her, Emma and Dalton. I let my targets more so be clear. People knew I wasn't playing the middle the whole time and knew that like if they needed me to vote a certain way, I was willing to vote whatever way. During the whole whatever. Hold on, sorry. And I did work to get my social connections up in merge also because I went in there not knowing a lot of people or not having many social connections because some of my friends did leave pre-merge and but it's not a friends game. You have to create allies and see who's better for your game during the game. And although contrary to most belief, I'm not friends with the whole cast. So I did have to work for the social connections, and all those connections I did build with people are real. And especially what's it called, going back to the game setting though, socially, I set myself up so that I had a social connection with a lot of people in the tribe and was able to receive information easily, not only from Matt but being a part of alliances where they had enough trust in that alliance to tell me what their thoughts were and stuff going forward. And so my biggest my biggest heartbreak was Viva and Emily leaving, you know what I mean? And I didn't vote Connor that tribal because I didn't want to vote Angel and sit there. I voted Connor because it was a part of the plan and I was sticking loyal to the plan in case of some crazy ish. I didn't want to see an ally going that time because I was a loyal player still. Going into like the auction thing, Drew stated that if you're in a bad position, buy this. If you're in a good position, this is going to be bad for you. So I noticed who wasn't betting and who was betting, so I know I'm in a bad position in this game, and I think that was a blessing in disguise because hey, 2 of my targets, Angel and Noor, had left, even though I didn't really want Angel to leave. Shout out to you, Angel. Love you a little bit. Heart. But yeah, and that really signified me and Matt working together because we did just yell at the whole tribe. I did have some down moments of this game where like I did mess up, but I was able to recover with them, especially with once again like me exposing Griffin to Angel and regain the trust of Griffin for a portion of the game at the end. Like I said, for my strategic game, I was a part of a lot of blind sides, including like the Emma Dalton, whatever, and even Ashley. Even though me and Connor both played parts in it, and his part was probably a little bigger because he had to make sure, but I still had to make sure that Ashley knew I was voting Griffin no matter what, so we had to get Griffin to play the idol on himself over playing it on Ashley. And I actually lied this season to multiple people because, which is something I never do. I usually am a horrible liar, as multiple of you know, people who have played games with me before. I cannot lie for like the living piece. So I'm proud of myself for being able to play a role like I was gonna vote someone when I did not vote them. And yeah, so I did a lot of things to better myself in this game to get to the end. For my physical game, I know it's not as impressive as Matt, but I still always tried, and I did win one competition and a fire making challenge, which I was willing to risk my life on it all. So yeah, at the end of the day, vote for whoever you want to win. I think me and Matt are both deserving of the win. You know what I mean? And I've had a great time playing with all of you. Amazing season. Love you all. I'm just gonna keep it there. You know what I mean? Peace out, Girl Scouts. And if I lose, Matt, I love you. Good luck.
Oh,
That's what
I love you
used to say.
too. We really played.
All right. Thank you, finalist. Thank you, jury. Jury, at this time and for the final time this season, it is time to vote. Please go to your voting DMs and vote for a winner.
Oh hell! I'm actually really sad that this is the last time. This is so
Hey
sad.
Matt, who are you gonna vote
I
for?
thought you were gonna say if anybody had an idol. I'm like, Drew.
Matt, who are you voting for?
I'm gonna wait to talk. Once you guys get your votes in, I'll be able to talk about the season.
That feeling when I can't even find my voting DM. Where the fuck is it?
Oh my god, I can't wait.
I can't even find it.
You need a heart? I need your heart.
Drew, does this count as a valid vote?
Let me see. Hold on.
Did you vote for Connor or Jeff or Shannon?
Yes, that
I voted for Rocky.
Please write it. Please write it on the ballot. Please.
I appreciate the vote. Voting for Rocky. Much appreciated.
Rocky,
My
I
pleasure,
actually
Rocky.
have a vote remover, and I decided to remove the vote casted for you. Sorry.
Playing idol on
Oh.
Rocket.
Wow.
Well, I'm the one who reveals the vote, so your vote removal is canceled.
Yeah, sorry, Rocky. I'm using my idol on you because of the fact you're the one that pulled my name out of the rock bag.
I'm trying to see. Oh, so sad.
Wait,
Oh,
can
by the
we
way,
know the
actually.
two
I'm
names
gonna
that
say
were
who was
pulled
the
out?
first name I actually picked.
Yeah, he can say the other
Wait.
name.
What is it?
I
What
was
the
picked
name?
first as well. He picked my name twice.
Emily's
so-
name was there, to be fair, anyway.
Yeah.
But
So
Who was
it was
the
meant
other
to be for her to
name?
go home. It was meant to
Wait.
be. It was
Emma.
meant to be Emily.
Wait, you
Oh.
picked my name
Wait.
first?
I'm trying to see who else
Do I
voted.
break a
Oh wait,
vase?
are we?
Emma and Emily?
Are we?
So Emma,
Oh my
your name was
gosh.
there, but Emily's name was attached to it, though. I saw both names, but
Oh my
Emma, it would have been you,
God.
though.
See,
It was fate.
literally, it was literally fate.
Oh my god, they knew someone with an E had to leave.
They're
Yes.
like, look, we can't have both of them. We need one of them gone.
Well,
I can't wait for Drew to be like, "I'll read the votes," and I'll be like, "Wait."
Rocky's gonna read them on Wednesday.
Oh,
I'm gonna go live on Reality Noted, and
Every
I'll have
time
him
I
go
found
live
an
on
idol
an
clue
island.
when I was gone, I would send it to Drew saying, "Can I come back?"
Like he'll go do a live with me, and we'll review.
Oh my gosh.
Who will? Shannon?
The vote where Griffin
No.
went home, I sent in a
Ah,
vote saying,
Shannon.
Connor, this is
No,
the time where you
Bella,
get to,
those jokes are. Let me
where
stop
you
the
get to
recording
change
really
your
quick.
game.